Hello learners, welcome back to the new video of Standard 7 Science Chapter 10 Respiration in Organisms. Previous video I had already explained about the how do we breathe, what changes happens in the ribs and the diaphragm, etc. So today we will continue the parts of the respiratory organ, how it will work, you can see. See the chapter. I hope you had seen the previous videos properly, listen it also. So here you can see on the screen, there will be a diagram given. Just look at that, and the parts are also already marked. After having learned that during breathing there are changes in the size of the chest cavity. Last class I had explained how the chest cavity will be increasing its size and how the inhalation takes place and what happened during the exhalation process. So during inhalation, the ribs move up and outwards and the diaphragm goes down. This movement increases the space in the chest cavity and the air rushes into the lungs. The lungs get filled with air. During exhalation, ribs move down and inwards while the diaphragm moves to its original position. This reduces the size of the size of the chest cavity, and the air pushes out from the lungs. These movements in our body can be felt easily if you will keep your palm on the abdomen, and you can feel it very clearly. So after having learned that during breathing there are changes in the size of the chest cavity. So there is students, you can do this activity yourself with your friends or from your members of the house itself. That means the expansion from chest expansion competition. Everyone was boasting that she or he could expand its maximum. So when we will do this chest expansion competition, everybody will boast that mine will be the maximum, etc. So they can take this competition. So now look at the figure here. Here you can see the nasal passage, that is outside the passage, nasal passage. Then there will be oral cavity, that is mouth, and here the throat portion. Then this cartilaginous tube, which is called a trachea, and two lobes of lungs. And the trachea is bifurcated into two branches, which are called the bronchus. Two are there, so bronchi. So these are the main parts of the human respiratory system. Now, the air around us has various types of unwanted particles, such as smoke, dust particles, pollen grains, etc. When we breathe in, the particles get trapped in the air present in our nose or nasal cavity. However, sometimes these particles may get past the hair in the nasal cavity. This may irritate the lining of the cavity. As a result, of which we sneeze. So many times you experience when you are dusting, when you are cleaning your bookshelves or the rooms, etc. Or if you will open the door or windows after a few days, when you will go to your native place and coming back, the house is closed. So when we will open, a lot of dust will be there. So we will start sneezing. Or if we will walk through the road and a vehicle is passing and the dust particle comes out, then sometimes we sneeze. Why we are sneezing? Because these particles may get passed in the air in the nasal cavity and they irritate the lining of the cavity, as a result of which we sneeze. Sneezing expels these foreign particles from the inhaled air and dust-free, clean air enters our body. When we sneeze, we should cover our nose so that foreign particles we expel are not inhaled by other persons. So that's why nowadays everybody, you can see, we are covering our mouth and nose with a mask. Mask is very compulsory because this airborne disease, that is COVID-19. Corona, that virus is spreading through personal contact as well as it is nearby place when we will inhale or when it enters into our face, nose, mouth, etc. then it may affect our lungs. So we are using masks and sanitizing our hands and social distance we are keeping all these as precautions. Now, smoking damages lungs. Smoking is also linked to cancer. It may be avoided. So smoking, cigarettes or BDs, etc. it is very dangerous. Even eating pan, that is also very dangerous. And using the drugs, that is also very dangerous, because these all affect our lungs and it may lead to many serious illness in the lungs like cancer or other asthma or bronchitis, etc. Now we will see one activity given in your textbook. Just to see that. Activity 10.4. Take a deep breath. Measure the size of the chest with a measuring tape and record your observation in table 10.2. 10.2 you can see here one column is given. Measure the size of the chest again when expanded and indicate which classmate shows the maximum expansion of the chest. We can understand the mechanism of breathing by a simple model. So here two pictures are given. Mechanism of breathing in human beings. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation time you can see the ribs are moving downwards and outwards, and the diaphragm goes down. So the chest cavity increases and more air enters into the lungs and the lungs become bigger in size, just like a balloon. And during exhalation, second figure, you can see the diaphragm comes towards the original position and the ribs moves inwards as well as upwards. So it also comes towards its original position. So the size of the cavity reduces. So with the pressure, the air will be exhaled out. When we will do this activity with your friends or your other family members, etc. So, effect of breathing on the chest size of some classmates. For example, if I will say 4 students from your own group, same age, we can say, we will give it as name A, B, C and D. And during inhalation, A stands for one person. His inhalation time, the chest size is 50 and exhalation 48. It is in centimeter, 50 centimeter, 48 centimeter. So what is the difference in size? 50 minus 48, 2. Then B, another student. When during inhalation, his chest measures 58 centimeter and during exhalation 54 centimeter. So its difference is 4 centimeter. Another student C. His inhalation time 53 and exhalation 50. So the difference in size is 3. Another student, if you will take 4, that is D. His inhalation chest size is 57 and exhalation 55. So the difference is 2. So like that, different persons chest size will be increasing in different way according to their body. So this way you can make a record of your friends with the help of a measuring tape. Inhalation time, exhalation time. So in this picture you can see the how the air enters into the lungs, what changes will be happening in the chest cavity, and when exhalation takes place, what changes will be there, you can see. Now, we can understand the mechanism of breathing by a simple model. I hope some of them might be seen when we were doing the science exhibition time. This experiment we had done 2-3 times. Take a wide plastic bottle. So, take a empty wide plastic bottle. 1 liter bottle or bigger one, 2 liter or 5 liter, like that, it depends upon you. Remove the bottom part, back side or lower portion, cut it. Get a Y-shaped glass or plastic tube. So take a Y-shaped glass tube or a plastic tube. Make a hole in the lid. On the upper cap, make a small hole so that the tube may pass through it. So insert that tube through that hole, that much size big hole you prepare on the lid. To the forked end of the tube, fix 2 deflated balloons. So 2 balloons you take, that Y-shaped tubes, both the ends you insert or tie 2 balloons, deflated balloons. Introduce the tube into the bottle as shown. So you can see the picture now. Now cap the bottle. Then after inserting this balloon with a Y-shaped glass tube or plastic tube into the bottle, and then tight the cap and seal it with airtight. To the open base of the bottle where you are cut already, that base of the bottle, tie a thin rubber or plastic sheet using a large rubber band. Now we can see that diagram here, how it will work. Same way our lungs is working, so this way, this diagram also you can see. Look at here, this diagram. So one bottle we have taken. We are cutting the base of that bottle with a, see here, base part is cut and upper portion a cap will be there, a hole made, and through that insert a Y-shaped plastic or rubber tube, and at the end of the rubber tube two balloons, inflated, deflated balloon be kept. This is called deflated. Then base of this bottle kept a thin rubber or plastic sheet using a large rubber band. So this is the equipment we have to make. To understand the expansion of the lungs, pull the rubber sheet from the base downwards and watch the balloons. So here that person is pulling the rubber sheet slowly, and you can see plastic or rubber sheet from downwards. So you see the balloon become filling the air. What do the balloons in this model represent? What does the rubber sheet represent? So here with this diagram we can compare our lungs and other parts. This bottle is standing for the chest cavity, and this rubber sheet or the plastic sheet stands for the diaphragm, and this tube stands for trachea or the windpipe, and these two balloons stands for two lobes of lungs. So when the rubber sheet or the plastic sheet is pulling downwards, the air enters into the balloon and the balloon becomes inflated. When slowly remove the rubber sheet or the plastic sheet to its original position, then you can see the second diagram that air goes outside and the balloon becomes deflated. So this diagram is a model of our respiratory system. So this way we can make the model of our lungs and respiratory system, and it can work. So when you are free you can try at home, and when school reopens you can bring in the class also. So remaining part of the chapter I will explain in the next video. So that is next one, what do we breathe out? So when we are breathing out, which type of air comes out, and there is one experiment is there that I will explain in the next video. So today which I had explained, just to go through that, and we will meet again. Students, please watch the video, read the lesson. It is very important.